Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Programele noastre oferă multe limbi. Vă puteți uita pe suprememastertv.com/schedule.
It's perfect timing that Supreme Master Ching Hai has reminded us of this pure loving kindness with her book. The entire natural world is waiting for humans to realize they need love and appreciation too. Animals, birds, stones, trees, rivers, the wind, all beings need love, and offering it is the way we find our way back to balance.
The launch of Love is the Only Solution in the United States, Part 6 of 12. Please continue watching to find out more.
Genuine equality really needs to begin from vegetarianism, and the genuine compassion needs to begin from animals. Venerable Khenpo Tsochum Losho, vegetarian.
Make peace now. Do repent when you still can. Hellfire never exempts any man. When your breath leaves your lung, even all heavens tied hands.
The next time your friends in Puerto Rico help you prepare a tasty vegan treat, show your thankfulness with the heartfelt Spanish phrase, "Me alegraste el día," which means "you made my day." My name is Yvonne. The perceptive people of Puerto Rico join you in finding eternity in this fleeting life and praying for God's true guidance. May the angels always accompany you on your inner journey.
There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses. No more hurting. No more murdering them to eat, to lab test, or for any reason at all. Be vegan, make peace, so be it.
Welcome to the launch of Love is the Only Solution in the United States, Part 6 of 12. Supreme Master Ching Hai Vegan is the highly gifted, multi-talented, and fully enlightened master. She is also a world-renowned humanitarian, environmentalist, author, artist, designer, musician, and film director. Through all of her endeavors, Supreme Master Qinghai, as previous enlightened masters have done, conveys heaven's infinite love and concern for all beings, as well as her boundless encouragement, and offers access to our true nature through the Guan Yin method. Her newest book, Love is the Only Solution, published in 2021 and with hundreds of thousands of copies distributed worldwide, is an absolute must-read in these urgent times. It contains heartfelt messages from Supreme Master Qinghai dedicated to the vision of vegan world peace. She also identifies the root cause of all unfortunate events, the destructive meat-eating habit, which has made countless animal people endure untold suffering since time immemorial. Her message emphasizes that humanity must sincerely respect the universal law of love for all beings and transition to a compassionate vegan lifestyle to bring about positive change.
World peace leaders, be vegan. Saintly wise, lead your nations. God will bestow on you liberation.
On May 27, 2023, the state of Arizona, famous for the iconic Grand Canyon, red rock formations, the Sonoran Desert, and plenty of sunshine, welcomed the premier event for Love is the Only Solution in the United States. Organized by members of our Supreme Master Qinghai International Association, All Vegans, the event took place at the Phoenix Mesa Arts Center. Thanks to modern technology, international audiences were able to join virtually from their homes, with approximately 40,000 viewers tuning in from various countries around the world. Keynote speakers of the event included the Emmy Award-winning news anchor, Shining World Hero Vegan Journalist Award recipient, and founder of Unchained TV, Ms. Jen Velez Mitchell, vegan.
Hey everybody, I am so jazzed to be here. I have met people who have come from around the world to be here.
Author of the best-selling book, The World Peace Diet, and Shining World Hero Award recipient, Dr. Will Tuttle, vegan.
Well, this is exactly right. What Supreme Master Qinghai is writing about here is the key. The highest form of love is compassion.
Cardiologist and Shining World Hero Award recipient, Dr. Baxter Montgomery, vegan.
Looking forward to a heartfelt demonstration and expression of love by all the attendees and a great message from my colleagues.
And Shining World Award for Earth Protection recipient and founder of Climate Healers, Dr. Salish Rao, vegan.
The vegan world by 2026. Believe it and let's make it happen.
Many distinguished guests worldwide also sent messages of support for this meaningful event, including the director of the documentary films Cowspiracy and What the Health, Shining World Compassion Award recipient and filmmaker Mr. Keegan Kuhn, vegan, Australian filmmaker, author, and animal citizen communicator, Miss Billie Dean, vegan, and founder of Young Indian Vegetarians and Animal Sanctuary UK, Mr. Nitin Mehta, vegan. Outstanding singers and artists brought beautiful performances to mark this special occasion, such as Mongolian chart-topping singer Miss Nomi Jean Cater, vegan, renowned Italian soprano Miss Giorgia Fumanti, vegan, lead vocalist of the Sonic Universe Mr. Alex Arndt, vegan, multilingual singer Miss Jane Kadenge, vegan, and Ukrainian or Uranian sand artist Ksenia Simonova. In our series of shows, we're delighted to present this inspiring event honoring Supreme Master Ching Hai's book, Love is the Only Solution. Please enjoy Part 6.
For our next vegan guests, we have Miss Katrina Fox and Miss Billie Dean.
Miss Katrina Fox is an award-winning journalist, Forbes writer, influential speaker, author, and entrepreneur. Miss Fox turned vegetarian at age 11 after learning hamburgers are actually cooked cow people.
She also founded Vegan Business Media to help put vegan companies into the limelight.
Our second guest is Miss Billie Dean. Miss Billie Dean is an Australian author, filmmaker, animal people rights activist, and telepathic animal citizen communicator. Miss Dean wrote, directed, and acted in the documentary film Finding Joy and won the Australian Films and Television Industry Best Actress Award.
She also founded the Deep Peace Trust, as well as A Place of Peace Animal and Wild Horse Sanctuary. Ms. Dean is the author of Secret Animal Business, which highlights the vital role animal people play on our planet. She also was honored as Vegan of the Year in 2013.
Let's watch these video messages from Miss Katrina Fox and Miss Billie Dean.
Hello, yes, I'm Katrina Fox, and I'm the author of Vegan Ventures, Start and Grow an Ethical Business, which is the world's first book on how to start and grow a vegan business, because I think we need more vegan voices out there spreading the message. I think when we want to spread more love in the world, I think it starts with ourselves. I think we need to love ourselves and have compassion towards ourselves, because when we feel good and love ourselves, then it's so easy to spread it more and put it out there. I think with veganism, it's good for people, it's good for animals, and it's good for the planet, because at the core of it, at the heart of it, is to do as little harm as possible to all beings. So it really does encompass everyone, animals, people, and planet. So I think when we embrace veganism, we help humanity, we help all animals, and we help our environment. I think leaders play a really important part in promoting veganism. So we're talking about business leaders, political leaders. We really need people in positions of power with those platforms to actually make systemic change. So I think obviously for leaders to embrace veganism, to promote plant-based and vegan initiatives in the workplace, in the political spectrum, I think that's really, really important, providing subsidies and support for ethical and vegan businesses. I think it's wonderful that Supreme Master Ching Hai has written a book about love. She's one of the very few spiritual leaders who actively promotes veganism and love and compassion to all beings. So I absolutely love that this new book is out, Love is the Only Solution. I think it's perfect. I think people are born loving and compassionate, and I think we see that in children where they're around animals. Naturally, they're kind and compassionate, but unfortunately our society conditions that out of people, which is really sad. So I think coming back to veganism, I think makes us live in a much more authentic way. I am loving the fact that there are so many vegan brands out there that are making it possible for people to have all of their favorite foods. That's the beauty about veganism. You don't have to give anything up. You can still eat all your favorite foods. So I'm loving seeing people who are not yet vegan being so curious and excited and absolutely wowed by the fact that they can eat all of their favorite foods and they're absolutely delicious. So I really love that. There's literally anything and everything that you want. So anything from a vegan ham and cheese toastie, which I had recently, which was amazing, all different kinds of vegan and plant-based burgers that are really realistic. If you love the taste of animal meat, they replicate the taste. There are a lot of seafood, big movement in seafood alternatives, which is fantastic because obviously our oceans are being overfished and destroyed. So seafood is a growing one. Of course, lots of vegan cheese, lots of vegan dairy, vegan cheesecakes, vegan chocolate. I mean, literally anything you want, you can make it vegan and absolutely delicious. I think there can be a bit of a stigma attached to the word vegan, so there's a lot of stereotypes attached with it. And I think when leaders embrace veganism and are not afraid to take on the label, then they demystify what it means, because vegans come in all shapes and sizes from all walks of life. And so I think when we have people, leaders from all different places, from the workplace through to political leaders, in business, in every area, it really just goes to show that vegans are everywhere, we are everyone, and it's a wonderful thing to be. I'm Katrina Fox. Be love in action. Go vegan.
We are here today to talk about love, an incredibly healing medicine that in its purest form has the power to heal this world and lift it out of the darkness and the fear that currently envelops us all. But veganism, with its emphasis on loving kindness and non-violence, gives us a different kind of love, a love that includes healing, forgiveness, integrity, honesty, a love that all species can trust, the sort of love that makes you feel safe and hugged and content and at peace. Esoterically, we understand that every thought expressed is delivered into the collective field of consciousness. This is why so many spiritual teachers encourage us to focus on appreciation, gratitude, and love in a world where fear, anxiety, depression, and anger reign supreme. This is how veganism helps more pure, unconditional love into the world and helps lift it vibrationally. Love ripples, love heals, and if we all practice loving kindness to all species in the form of veganism, we could have the quantum shift to a more compassionate and peaceful world we all crave. It's perfect timing that Supreme Master Ching Hai has reminded us of this pure loving kindness with her book being celebrated today, Love is the Only Solution. Now, love isn't only for humans, though. The entire natural world is waiting for humans to realize they need love and appreciation too. Animals, birds, stones, trees, rivers, the wind, all beings need love, and offering it is the way we find our way back to balance. We need to give back, and this is something the old ones knew and always did. You can right now give thanks to Mother Earth and tell her and all beings, from the trees, wind, water and fire, to the smallest insect to the largest animals, that you love and appreciate them. Animals and all the community of nature can tell if your body is dense with corpses or alive with light. It matters. When we eat animals, we become a predator. We carry violence within us. When we don't, we become a loving partner with all of life. Big difference. Imagine a world when humans partner with animals and nature. Imagine a world without fear. This is one of the ways the animals teach us to be more loving. They want us to be vegan so that we can heal the world with love. A final message from the animals is to focus on your spiritual evolution, to grow as a species into the highest and best version of yourselves as compassionate, loving, benevolent, wise beings of light. So please, be love in action, be vegan.
Miss Katrina Fox and Miss Billy Dean, thank you for your heartfelt messages and devotion in serving our animal friends. Honorary guests, ladies, gentlemen, and global viewers, welcome to tonight's question and answer interaction related to Supreme Master Ching Hai's book, Love is the Only Solution. Please welcome onto the stage our panelists, Dr. Sailash Krishna Rao, Dr. Will Tuttle, Miss Jane Unchained Mitchell, and Dr. Baxter Montgomery. Thank you all so much for joining us. Our first question is on the climate crisis. Many people out there think climate change is the direct result of big corporations and that our individual choices have little to do with what's happening on our planet. What role do we as individuals play in runaway climate change, and why is love is the only solution, the only way to heal our planet? Dr. Rao, please begin.
Yeah, the most important thing that we need to do is to change our attitude towards life. And that's how we are going to heal the climate. And to me, that starts with our food choices, our consumer choices. The corporations have no choice but to go along with our choices. You know, they are really satisfying what we want. So we, by making our food choices, determine what kind of planet we want. This is why I say as individuals, we have tremendous power to change the whole planet, you know, to change the whole system. And so it really has to come from the grassroots. Love is the only solution. You know, that's absolutely true.
Yeah, I think what Dr. Rao just said is the key to the whole thing. Essentially, you know, we have 8 billion people who are having a massive negative impact on every aspect of nature and the environment. And it's really driven primarily by our food choices that are being programmed really just by the upbringing. We don't choose, nobody chooses to actually eat the flesh and secretions of abused animals on their own. We do it because we're following orders. That's it. The only reason anyone eats animal foods is because we're following orders, usually given by very loving, well-meaning people that want to make sure we get plenty of protein and calcium. And we realize now that these orders are not in our best interest. They're not in the best interest of wildlife, of indigenous people, of every environmental system, future generations. And so we can understand this, bring our own lives into alignment with this understanding, and go forth and spread this message. Thank you very much. Thank you.
First of all, I'd like to say I'm honored to be included in this panel. Wow. These are my heroes. And just to be here chatting with them is just a thrill. Just the other day, there were articles in Distilled in Quartz that said that scientists had recommended that people switch to a plant-based diet. And the IPCC, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, nixed that suggestion at the behest of the meat and dairy industry. Now, that should be a front page article in the New York Times and the Washington Post. Yeah, good for Distilled in Quartz, but oh my gosh, this is, in my opinion, criminal, because we are lying about something that can mean the difference between life and death for billions of people. And yet it was ignored. This is the carnist media. And the reasons it's ignored, well, people in the media, a lot of them eat meat, most of them eat meat. So do they want to look in the mirror So we also know, and I just found out attending the Vegan Women's Summit, that the meat industry has a giant war room in Colorado where they keep sending out stuff on the internet about how meat alternatives like Beyond Meat Burger, Impossible Burger, and all these other wonderful alternatives are somehow bad for us. And people are picking it up. I've even heard vegans repeating this mantra that is the talking point of the meat industry. So if you're watching and you're doing that, please stop. We know we're not going to have that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But, to compare processed vegetables versus processed meat, which is officially cancer-causing according to the World Health Organization, and to dare to say that this is unhealthy while failing to mention that processed meat is officially cancer-causing, that's just bad journalism. And then you have the government. The government is keeping the meat and dairy industry alive through its massive multi-billion-dollar subsidies. The Farm Bill is coming up for renewal this fall, and it's going to determine the course of subsidies for the next 5 years. So the reason why veganism is so threatening is they'd like us to ask the corporations to do something in March and say, have the government do something. Neither of them are going to do anything. But if we take the power back and start eating vegan meals 3 times a day, we could take the power back to reverse climate change. And that's what they're afraid of, because not everybody can afford to go out and buy a Tesla, but everybody can afford to eat fruits, vegetables, nuts, and grains 3 times a day.
That's why we're so happy for Unchained TV, huh?
That's what I tell my patients all the time when they complain about the cost of eating healthy. It says it costs you absolutely nothing to not eat bad food. It's dead animal flesh, processed dairy, eggs, and the like. You mentioned the word reversal the other day in our conversation. You mentioned reversal of climate change. I hear that all the time. Question number one to my esteemed experts, because I know nothing about the global environment, I know about the human environment, the body's environment. Reversal, how long would it take to reverse this so-called issue of climate change? And one other question, Dr. Stoll, you mentioned the whole thing of climate change and temperature change is one aspect of this whole issue we're dealing with. Can you all address those, the reversal? How long would it take to reverse this if we stop eating dead animal flesh?
My calculations are showing that if we stop eating animals today, okay, within a year you will see the CO2 level in the atmosphere come down by at least 18%. That's what my calculations are showing today. So it is, folks, it is so important to convince everyone you know around you to go vegan, because it is literally the choice between life and death for us, okay? And things are going haywire in a lot of systems around the world. And I'm a systems engineer, and I know that there are nonlinear systems that are being triggered. And when you trigger nonlinear systems, you don't know if they're gone beyond the point of no return. And the only way to know is to start reversing the CO2 level in the atmosphere and see if the systems are reacting in the right direction. Yeah. Until then, we don't know whether we have triggered it or not. So this is why it is so important for us to convince everyone we know to go vegan as quickly as possible, so that we start seeing the CO2 level in the atmosphere come down.
Yeah, well said.
That's reversal.
There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. Montenegro is one of them. Montenegro Animal Welfare Law. Over 60 different violations of this law are punishable by a fine ranging from 20 to 200 times the minimum wage in Montenegro. Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses. No more herding. No more murdering them to eat, to lab test, or for any reason at all. Be vegan, make peace, so be it.
Vegan, proud of your self-conquering.
Gaza, peace is the only victory, not how many neighbors' dead bodies.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan.
Respectful viewers, we so appreciate your company today during the launch of Love is the Only Solution in the United States, Part 6 of 12. Join us again on Tuesday, November 14th for Part 7. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television, The Ultimate Master, the Only Son of God, Part 3 of 3. On Between Master and Disciples, right after noteworthy news. May the frequency of love vibrations in the universe guide humanity back to the source of eternal love so that we may switch to the noble life that heaven implores us to.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds. Heaven, Godspeed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/AJAR.